Hey everybody, Graz, the GKBC, with a, weird, after the fact, broken St. Patrick's Day thing that the Graz mother gave me. If it falls apart, hey, whatever. Can't be any worse than what she wore in her video, right? Anyway, this is, I kind of changed my mind a little bit here. I was going to do a mix of my March wrap-up and an April hopeful reading list, or TBR. But I decided that I will just give you a quick and dirty April TBR, and then tomorrow I'm going to give you something else involving a wrap-up. That should be fun. Something I came up with. So I'm also changing my tack just a little bit. 3 months now I've tried to read 25 books in a month. And 3 months now I have failed. I'm still reading a lot, and I'm happy with that. But I'm going to temper that just a little bit. So I'm going to give you my 12-12-12 books. And then a few others that I guarantee that I'll read. And then, if I read anything else, I'll include it in a wrap-up. That way I don't feel like, oh man, I really let myself down because I only read 11 or 12 books this month, and I really wanted to read 27. So this is what I'm going to do. So, okay. I've got my pile here. The ones that are on the Kindle or the digital library, my editor, the daughter, will put in the pictures. Make sure you watch those, because she sometimes puts little Easter egg blurbs or whatever in around. So, anyway, let's get into this. I'm going to read this month for sure. Dr. Aphra, the daughter, found this for me at Barnes & Noble, and I've just not gotten to it yet. So I'm going to read this month for sure. That is not part of any project. It's just something I really want to read. Okay, now for 12-12-12, my Bodice Ripper is by Sophie Jordan, and it is called The Scoundrel Falls Hard, and it says The Duke Hunt. Hey, is that in the frame? Or can you see it real good? Okay, thanks. Back up there for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my Bodice Ripper. Hard case crime book is Little Girl Lost by Richard Elias. I have already read this month. I've already read 3 of these. So, and I'm almost done with a 4th. So, but this is kind of neat because I just ordered this. I ordered these online, and this one's signed. His real name, and Richard Elias, I guess, is his pseudonym. So that's pretty cool. So Little Girl Lost is already done. My graphic novel, in the graphic novel list, I think this is either 51 or 50. I can't remember which. It might be 49. I'm not sure, but is 300 by Frank Miller. And Lynn Varley. I've already read this as well. I'm not going to say much about these, but I will say that it's almost like the movie took it shot for shot. I'm not sure how historically accurate it is, but it's very close to the movie. But I do love, in the back here, it says recommended reading, and it gives you 4 books that are the history of the Battle of Thermopylae. So I'm actually going to be looking into that a little bit because I like that kind of stuff. We'll get to this in a minute. My Western is another Zane Grey. War Comes to the Big Bend. I'm guessing it's just going to be just like a normal Zane Grey book, a Western with a little bit of romance thrown in. Whee! The Brick, which is 500 pages or more, is Carrion Comfort by Dan Simmons. And then, before I get into the Kindle and library books, this is not part of my 12-12-12, but this is the last bit, or I guess it's not last, right? But it's book 3 of my saga buddy read with Tad at Tad Reads Books and Stuff. We've been reading these 6 issues at a time. Each of these books has 18 issues in them, and we just finished book 2. So if you are interested in the saga and 2 other guys' opinions, go check out our videos on that. Now for the Kindle and library books. Science fiction this month is me delving into another popular science fiction author that I've never read before. I did that last month with Robert Heinlein, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, which I am struggling with. It's very dense, it's very slow. I'm getting there though. I'm not giving up on it because it's actually interesting, it's just slow. But this month it will be Arthur C. Clarke, and it is called Childhood's End. So we'll see how that goes. And I know nothing about it. My vampire book is the book that I'm almost done with, so that'll be book 4 of this month, and that is Dhampir by Barb Hendy. And I will say that I really enjoy that. It's an interesting take on vampires, and it's kind of, obviously they got their idea from Blade a little bit, because Blade was a Dhampir. So it's kind of like he got turned into one. He didn't start out as one. He was just a vampire hunter at first. But anyway, moving on. In the Dean Koontz, Sidney Sheldon category, it'll be my first Sidney Sheldon book ever. Year of new authors all over the place. It's The Naked Face. I don't tend to know much about these going in, so The Naked Face by Sidney Sheldon. And then Agatha Christie this month is a popular one that a lot of people have heard about. It's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. And I did notice when I was looking for it that it is a Poirot book. So finally we're back to one of her famous characters and not wondering who's the person that you're going to stick with. So Poirot. Woo! That'll be fun. And then finally, the ghost story, which I've already read, was The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. And let me tell you something. This book will get under your skin. It'll make you doubt shadows. I mean, I was reading this late at night, and I got up to use the facilities. And when I came back to bed to read, I literally thought the closet was going to open, and I was going to see something. So, real fun there. It's fantastic. And minor spoiler alert, it's rated my 6th highest book of the year so far. So, and considering I've read 64 books this year or so, yes, about 64, it's pretty good. So, but yeah, that's my 12-12-12 and other books. I'm also guaranteeing you that I will read Deathbed and Breakfast by my friend Bart J. Gilbertson. I didn't get to it last month. I'm sorry, Bart. It was a really bad reading month for me. And I tend to read in order of my... I do my 12-12-12 challenge first, because that was paramount. And then I try to read the 1975 books, and then I read challenge books. But starting this month, I'm going to go 12-12-12 and then Bart. Because my plan is to read all your works. So, obviously I've got a couple of challenge books here, and then my 1975 project books. I'm not going to get into all that. If I can get to them, then I'll tell you about them at the end of the month. So, that's my TBR. Quick reading update, I guess, like I just said, was I'm about 66% of the way through The Moon is a Harsh Mistress by Robert Heinlein, and I'm about 74% of the way through Dampier by Barb Hendy. And then today I'm going to, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. I apologize. Today I'm going to start my werewolf book, Sharp Teeth by Toby Barlow. Sorry about that. So, editor, remember, there's a book near the end that I forgot that I mentioned. It's going to be a picture. The daughter has a nasty cold, and, you know, it's really fun. The weather here in Michigan, up and down, up and down, up and down, so our immune systems cannot keep up. So, we got a small family of 5 here, you know, with me and AJ and the daughter, and then my parents. So everybody's got something, a little twinge of it. So it's not COVID though, we've tested, unless it's coming, which you know how that can go. The Ronus. Anyway, also I want you to look out for, and I will link her channel below. I want you to look out for the daughter. She is making a very interesting video. It's about the, do you want me to tell them details or anything?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to tell them?
Go, you can.
Okay. We watched the Andy Griffith Show religiously. Mostly the first 5 seasons, because those are the black and white episodes. And after season 5, Don Knotts leaves. He only shows back up very, very sporadically. So we only watched the first 5 seasons, but recently we tried watching the 3 color seasons. And we stopped midway through season 7. It's almost as if they made a parody of the original show, where everybody's grumpy and annoying, and it's just not fun. We couldn't come up with a single character in the color episodes that we all agreed that we liked. Everybody has their things, but I mean, even the Darlings come back, and even they're kind of annoying. So
they reused a plot line.
Yeah, they're recycling plot lines from the black and white episodes. But anyway, I digress. The daughter's idea, because they tried to give us a new deputy to replace Barney / Don Knotts, called Warren, and he never had a chance because they basically just tried to make him Barney 2.0. So her video is going to be about how Hollywood or how Andy Griffith or something failed Warren. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be a very interesting video. And I'll link her channel below, and then when she does that, we'll link it here. So there you go. If getting back to the TBR here, if any of these books look interesting to you, let's talk about them. You know, I try to converse with everybody that leaves a comment. But yeah, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. I'm hungry, so and I should have a Snickers because I'm not really coherent when I'm hungry. Anyway, that's the TBR. Watch out for the daughter's video. And then, like I said, tomorrow I've got something interesting coming that concerns wrap-ups. So I've heard this is about vampires. But anyway, until then, read more.